When we were younger, we all had a different vision of the world, of male-female relationship, and how our society works. Then we grow up and realize that we are naive and that reality is quite different than we expected.
A man's loyalty is tested when he has everything, while a woman's loyalty is tested when her man has nothing.
I agree with that 110%. That's valid.
So wouldn't that mean that people are only as loyal as their options?
Oh, you're stressing me out. Yes. Why are you doing this? Oh my God, but you're telling me things that I never really thought about.
I'm not telling you what you want to hear, I'm telling you what you need to hear.
Thus, we discovered the red pill content for the first time. This alternative content that challenges our belief and shows us the world as it is, not as we want it to be. There are generally three types of reaction to this. The first reaction is denial. We completely ignore reality because it contradicts our belief. It's the path of ease and pleasure. It's the path of fantasy, of beautiful stories we tell ourselves to reassure us. In general, this is the result of propaganda and the creation of beliefs spread through the media, movies, social circle, or influencers.
Because most people eat that shit up. The pretty woman, the pretty man, love at first sight, the first kiss, the breakup, the makeup, the expensive wedding, and they drive off into the sunset. Everyone knows it's fake, but they watch it like it's real fucking life.
It can be about lighter subject like the existence of Santa Claus, or more serious subject like obese individual claiming to be healthy.
I'm fat, but I eat healthy.
Cardi B promoting promiscuity, newspaper promoting polyamory, schools brainwashing their students with LGBTQ and transgender propaganda, or females' character physically superior to men presented in Netflix series. There are plenty of far-fetched ideas that are far from reality or not beneficial to us, yet they end up becoming the beliefs of certain group of people. What's important to understand here is the denial of reality. It's the blue pill. An example to illustrate this is Adam 22. For those who don't know him, Adam is a man, or rather, a human being, who decided to get married, and then a few weeks later, encourages his wife to have sexual relations with a porn star.
I appreciate you banging my wife.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm a professional, I go in, I knock it out. That's what I do.
Hey, I absolutely, I cannot hold it against you, my friend.
Did you see it yet?
I saw a few of the clips, and yeah, I think you put it down.
The idea itself is ridiculous, and the person who took care of his wife confirms that.
Me personally, I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different. Everyone have different levels of, mental maturity.
What's even more insidious about this story is that they have a daughter. The daughter didn't ask for any of this, yet she was born with the curse of having irresponsible parents. She will be constantly humiliated by those around her. She will probably be harassed. Her peers will show the nude photos of her mother. Children in general can be very cruel to each other, so her social life is ruined. She will have a father who prostitutes her mother on internet. Her life will be complicated.
I guess number one on the list would probably just be money.
In the end, Adam sold his dignity, his wife's dignity, and his daughter's dignity for money. On Instagram, you have naked girl, and right next to that, there's a photo of his daughter. You have to be mentally unbalanced to associate your own child with that kind of content. He has a discourse where he believes he is in a stable and solid relationship. That means he managed to rationalize that these acts are acceptable. He lives in ignorance, rationalizations, ease, and pleasure. It's the blue pill. And for those who know the movie The Matrix, the blue pill is represented by Cypher. He says he prefers to eat a virtual steak created by the Matrix rather than eating the crow in the real world. And he continues by saying that the ignorant are blessed. Adam took that path. He is ignorant of reality. Instead of facing reality, he managed to convince himself that letting the mother of his daughters have sex with another man is acceptable. I presume that Adam is not that stupid. I suppose he's aware that what he's doing is fundamentally unhealthy, but he preferred to close his eyes and make money. So he rationalized his decadent behavior to justify sacrificing his dignity, his daughter's dignity, and his wife's dignity. Another example would be Destiny. He's the perfect example that a person can be highly intelligent and foolish at the same time. His thoughts may be well structured, but they lack common sense. He allows his girlfriend to have sexual relations with other people, and he thinks she will continue to respect him. What he doesn't know is that the men she will see are individuals with testosterone and aggressiveness that he lacks. These are people who will excite and satisfy her much more than he does. The same goes for Adam's wife, by the way. When a woman seeks satisfaction elsewhere because you can't satisfy her, she no longer respects you. It simply means you are not capable, and she has to fill that void with someone else. The respect and connection between the couple are tainted and broken, even if they try to pretend otherwise. This is what Destiny, Adam, and all the blue pill people don't understand. Women can say whatever they want, it's not relevant. Only actions matter. Words can lie, but actions cannot. It's essential to look at what they do, not what they say. It's like feminists who say they love submissive men who share their problems and allow themselves to cry. It's all nonsense. This category of men is not respected by anyone. Women tend to mate with assertive, tall, and dominant men, men capable of setting a framework for them to submit to. Unfortunately, it's the absence of strong men and fathers that our society lacks to regulate all these problems. Men like Adam, who reproduce, raise children in such conditions, and promote this kind of behavior on social media, contribute to the decadence of our society. It is preferable that such individuals do not reproduce. It's sad, but I sympathize with all the children who have parents like Adam. For children, it's a problem because they will grow up in an unhealthy environment, and for society, it's also a problem because they will perpetuate their genetics and create imbalanced humans in future generations. So the blue pill is characterized by closing one's eye to the truth simply because that truth requires self-reflection. The vast majority fall into this category because reality hurts too much. Please note, I'm not saying that the majority is like Adam. I'm saying that the majority is in denial. Reality is too hard to accept. Denial, for people who can face reality, is the easiest reaction. You close your eyes, rationalize your weaknesses, seek pleasure and comfort in reassuring lies. The brain works this way because if you don't have coping mechanisms that rewrite the story for you and make the story acceptable, you go insane. In fact, every time you exhibit inappropriate behavior, like letting your wife get involved with someone else in front of the whole world or posting explicit photos next to your daughter, you realize that you are a little shit. If you don't have coping mechanism, you go crazy, you commit suicide, and this mechanism allows you to accept the worst things over time. The second reaction, and it's the one I had, is relief. You discover all this knowledge and you feel like you have magical powers. You think to yourself, I finally understood how the world works. And it pushes you to deepen your knowledge, travel, and debunk myth, understanding how things truly function. But with an extremely positive and conquering aspect that makes you happy to have discovered this content. You have a lot of gratitude because you opened your eyes and understood the rule of the game. And thanks to that, you have control over your life. I was fortunate to discover the red pill quite young, and it was a relief for me to understand how the world really works. It's the red pill that allowed me to leave my crappy job to make a lot of money and be free, It's the red pill that enabled me to travel all around the world. It's the red pill that gave me the power to be with women I truly appreciate. The red pill allows you to escape the narrative that most people are destined for, wasting time and money on study that only half interests you, being in a mediocre job that earns you enough money to survive, marrying someone out of default because they are the only person you managed to catch, and the same goes for the person who ended up with you. You both didn't find anyone better, but you find more or less acceptable qualities to justify your union. Since you are together by default, resentment grows between you day by day, and it only gets worse. Your wife starts gaining weight and you give up on your dreams and ambitions. So you have children to give hope to the relationship, but ultimately it doesn't work. Then you end up divorcing, or worse, you stay with the woman you despise for the rest of your days. The red pill precisely helps you to avoid all of that because it allows you to understand the world you live in and act accordingly. ABBA, Kevin Samuels and Jordan Peterson are good examples. If we take ABBA as an example, I watched some of his videos and I noticed that he has social intelligence.
Yeah, she's doing that before he even shows up.
Hi. Hi, I'm Mars.
Hey, I think she bought it.
Yeah?
I think she looking like, I might fuck this thing.
I might. Okay. I might be wrong.
I mean, to show up in a pantsuit,
She means business.
this nigga's mine.
The first thing I noticed about you is I like your outfit.
Oh, thank you. I chose it because it was a bit of a power move.
He has understood the social dynamics between men and women, and you can tell he has experienced it himself. It's his experience, his life experience, that allows him to predict what will happen in the interaction he comments on. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very successful with women despite having a rather average appearance. ABBA is neither handsome nor ugly, he's average. But what set him apart is his social intelligence, eloquence, and experience, which allows him to do better than the average. He has a detached, stoic side that enables him to analyze, exchange, and discuss while keeping a cool head. He is emotionally detached while being aware of the subjects he addresses, something that the third type of man doesn't have. The third reaction is the red pill rage. DJ Academics and Fresh and Fit are in this category. Fresh or Fit? I'm not sure who is who, but I'm referring to the one who is more eloquent. I believe that's Fresh. The other one is less emotionally traumatized and engaged.
I want a guy that's 6 foot tall plus. No one says shit. That's out of your control as a man. You can't be 6 feet tall just because, but a bitch is definitely in control of how much she weighs. But if I say no fat bitches, they get mad. All that cap you been doing on all motherfucking Fresh and Fit, Big Ack is here now.
These are the ones who didn't manage to fall into denial or completely ignore it and turn it into something healthy. They took this information and fell into extreme anger. It's an accumulation of hate and resentment that drives them, guided by their emotion and rage. I don't really know Fresh and the DG, but their behavior resembles that of individuals who have been humiliated by women. They have experienced lack and misery. This accumulated hatred over the years eventually spills into their interactions, manifesting in aggressive behaviors.
Fantastic, but don't expect me to sit here, bust my ass, become a self-made multi-fucking-millionaire, get my clout up, get my status up, and accept you, bitch. Fuck out of here.
To cope with this problem, they probably work very hard. They use this rage as energy, which is in itself a good thing in the short term. This source of motivation can help them move forward, but at the same time, it destroys them. They probably make money, improve their status, and then decided to seek revenge. Fresh reminds me a lot of one of my friends. Very intelligent, aware of women's nature, hardworking and competent, very successful in business. Despite all these qualities, he developed aggression and resentment toward the world and women. Holding on this energy is exhausting and makes one bitter. Relationships with women becomes merely power struggles and manipulations, becoming unhealthy. In his video, he's often surrounded by women with little virtue. So his relationships can only be toxic. If he had a different social circle with women of other profiles, it might work better for him. But when you are surrounded by women involved in OnlyFans, naturally, the view you have toward the female gender is not very flattering. In the medium to long term, being in this kind of environment can only end badly. It's this aggression and type of behavior that gives a bad reputation to the red pill and MGTOW movements. Red pill content is not there for interpreting the world, it's simply there to explain things as they are. When red pill tells you that 20% of men are sleeping with 80% of women, you don't need to be angry, but just how it is. If you want to be part of the 20% who are successful with women, there's no need to insult or hate those 20% who are sleeping with all the women or the women themselves. The rules of the games are like that. It's futile to close your eyes, just as it's futile to rage. In conclusion, ignoring reality and believing in lies to reassure yourself, it's blue pill. Understanding how the world works, being emotionally affected and becoming embittered, it's red pill. Understanding how the world works and acting accordingly while remaining in control of your emotions, it's red pill. If you enjoy this content and want to become free and in control of your life, I recommend subscribing to my newsletter to receive information about how the world works, marketing and psychology. Click the first link in the description to receive the next email. Please share and like this video. Stay sharp, stay lucid, and keep control of your life. See you in the next video.